Ladies and gentlemen, Trevor Tells the Tales had a thought. I watched One Night in Idaho documentary on Prime, Amazon Prime, yes, Amazon Prime. Y'all, what a documentary that was. Great documentary. But there's one part of it I have to explain myself with this, because I think people are trying to accuse the roommates of something, and they innocent, okay? You gotta know you're in a small town. Murders never happen there. That's the last thing that's on your mind, especially a college student mind, right? And in my experience dating ladies, it was in college and stuff. A college house has 3 to 4 different people living in it that have their own lifestyles. So, you know, when Dylan seen the masked man, she probably, was also like, hey, that's weird. But also, that could be somebody seeing one of the upstairs roommates, She wasn't 100% sure what to do. She thought it was weird, though. She went back to sleep, thought it was a dream, and went downstairs to Bethany and was like, hey, this ain't weird. So they called the girls up. I don't know what her name is, Emily something. They came and, figured out what happened. But anyway, the girl, and it took them 12 hours because I think, for one, you ain't thinking that could ever happen to anybody, a murder like that. But finally, the inedible, they figured it out, and they was like, oh my, and then there's the shock wears in, so that takes time. Then finally, they called the 911, but I think that's quite, expect to happen with college students, And, that's what I think happened with them girls. They just was shocked and couldn't believe that could ever happen, so that's why it took 12 hours to call 911. That's just my thought on the matter.